Hey guys, it's Gabriel here. I wanted to make a video so I can show you my new coffee slash espresso station table, or whatever you want to call it. Um, if you haven't watched any of my previous videos showing my old station, I'm going to put up a link on the screen so you guys can take a look at it and see how my old station looked like. But basically, it was just like a smaller table, a smaller butcher block table, and then next to it there was this mini fridge here, and then all my drip work, all my drip coffee used to be done on top of the mini fridge, and then all my espresso stuff was done on the butcher block table. So that's just a quick overview of how things look like. So I really wanted to change that, and I wanted to have just one big table with everything on it. Just measuring here this section of our kitchen where I can actually have my stuff. As you can see, the dimensions, pretty much the maximum width that I can have was 60 inches, and the ideal depth shouldn't be more than 30 inches, and the height, ideally I was looking for anywhere between 34 to 37 inches, because I was really trying to get this mini fridge to go under the table and not next to it. If I had to put it next to it, it would have been it would have needed the section would have been a lot longer than, or a lot wider than what we can do in this kitchen here. So pretty much I've been looking online. Just a quick background as to how I came up or how I found this table here. I've been looking for something that's 60 inch wide by 30 and 34, 37, like I said, as far as height. And then I finally was able to find something that was in Long Island. I'm in New Jersey. Long Island, that's New York, happened to be an hour and 20 minutes away. So anyway, after a long search, I finally found this table. Looked like it's a good thing. It's a good deal, but it definitely looked like it's gonna need a lot of work. I'm gonna try and post pictures just to show you how it looked like when I went to pick it up. I only paid $60 for it, so it wasn't a big deal. I had some room to spend money on paint and improvements to really make it my own. But so yeah, I'm gonna post pictures just to show you the process from when I picked it up to this stage here. Okay, so now that you guys saw how this looked like, you can see that I made this, cutout here for the fridge. I was actually a little short as far as height by like 2 inches, so I had to put these, actually like inch and change. So I had to put these like small wood blocks to kind of raise it to where the mini fridge can fit. But this is it pretty much. I mean, this is really just my dream here, was to have everything in one place, all my stuff on one table. Everything is included, everything is self-sustained. The mini fridge is pretty important to me because I obviously need water, I need milk for all of my espresso milk drinks. That's pretty much most of what I drink. It's cappuccinos and lattes, so obviously milk is pretty important. Chocolate syrups for when we have guests, and obviously carbonated water, which help cleanse your palate before you have your espresso. So that was nice to have that included in here. This wicker basket that you see, which looks like a picnic basket, it is a picnic basket. That's why it looks like a picnic basket. But we transformed it into kind of like a coffee stuff storage. So basically in that basket I have all the coffee stuff that I don't use all the time. So things like, you know, collectibles, maybe like coffee storage canisters that I don't use all the time unless I went somewhere and bought a lot of coffee at the same time. You know, dampers, you know, things that I don't use all the time. Maybe cups, mugs, again, things that I purchase from my, you know, travel into different places. That all of this stuff go into that picnic basket. So I'm gonna quickly start here and then show you. I mean, obviously I wanted to, this is the espresso section, you know, of it. As you can see, I have my espresso station, my super jolly grinder, and then my damper. And I actually like this, you know, setup because, you know, pretty much step one, you take your portafilter out, you put it in here, and you just, you know, grind the coffee, and then you temp it, and then you bring it back to the espresso machine. So it's kind of follow in a, it's a good order, you know, for me. Now I like this vase of, you know, flour. I had this extra Chemex ribbon, or I don't know what they call this, but I had an extra one, so I used it for this, you know, vase. I think it makes it look better than what it looked like. I have this, you know, flowers in here to kind of, you know, break the machines and the colors a little bit, to add just a little bit of color. And then this section, that's all my drip coffee stuff. So obviously I have my Bonavita kettle, Breva grinder, my Be More coffee machine, my Bonavita scale. I have all my filters. I have more filters, Chemex filters. That's everything in here. And then once we're done with this, oh, and then I have this light, which I really like because I don't like this neon or, you know, fluorescent lights that we have in the kitchen. We're actually renting, so I can't change it, but I don't like it, so I keep it off all the time. And I have just like directed light. As you can see, if I'm doing pour over, I turn this on and it gives me light exactly where I need to be. Usually this is where my V60 would be, and then the light is pretty much pointing to it, so that's nice. It's concentrated light. Same with this one here. When I turn it on, it gives kind of like a narrow light in this, you know, section here, so that's cool. And then if we go down here, you can pretty much see this is where all my cups are: espresso cups, cappuccino cups, and then all of my brewing vessels. I have my mocha pot, French press, Chemex. I have my siphon, if you can see that, my V60, my AeroPress, and my coffee storage canister. I actually love this thing. It does really keep the coffee fresh for some time. Actually keeps it fresh for like 2 weeks. I noticed anything after 2 weeks, I noticed that it starts to degrade. But yeah, so this is it pretty much. Just wanted to show you the new station. I'm pretty, you know, proud of it. And if you saw the pictures and if you saw how it looked like when I picked it up versus the way I have it now, you will see that a lot of work was put in it. And yeah, and I didn't show you guys this. That's all my milk pitchers hanging in here. Now these extra hooks, this stuff here, I'm actually going to use it for towels. I'm going to hang, I have, you know, towels with loops that my wife is customizing for me, because I wasn't able to find towels that have built-in loops. So I'm doing that so I can hang them after I wipe the steam wand. I want to be able to hang them, because if you don't hang them, they're actually going to smell, because if they're wet. If you just leave them somewhere, they really smell terrible. So you got to have a way to hang them unless you have tons of towels, and then you can just use a new towel or like a clean towel every time you're done wiping the steam wand. So that's not my case. I have 5 or 6 towels, so I try and keep them clean for as long as I can. Yeah, so this is it. If you have any questions, feedback, comments, or anything else, just leave it down in the comments below. Happy to give you suggestions or answer your questions if you have any questions.